It wasn't even that long. Cool. Let's wait for the chat to get loaded. Okay, now there it is. And then give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and post on Twitter. Just let everyone know that we are now live. Alright, cool. So basically this is I'm going to show you guys what the level editor looks like right now. Pro tip for the chat rules. Add the, what's the Wheaton rule? Don't be a dick. Okay. Although I don't like the word. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Hello, to infinity and beyond. That is a very good username. Let me just edit these panels. Gonna put "don't be a jerk," a variation of the Wheaton rule, basically the same thing. Yeah, the Chyr maneuver, that's a good one. So anyway, so this is what we have for the level editor now. I hold Alt to go to like move the camera around. Then right click. Let me see. Oh right, if you hold down Control and Alt, you pan. If you hold down Alt, you rotate around. If you just do right click, you rotate the camera, and then right click plus WASD allows you to actually move through the scene. To infinity and beyond. How have you heard about this game before? It has been in development for 3 years now, so it's probably, and I have shown it at a whole bunch of different events. PAX East, E3, it's been on the PlayStation blog, and then I'm constantly posting stuff on Twitter, so that is so yeah, probably saw it through stuff. Yeah, Shazma saw it through the Twitters. Anyway, also just about the streaming. So yesterday we did it like Tuesday. Yesterday we did it in the afternoon. It started off with a lot more. It started when I first started. It was a lot of Portal comparisons, and then now it's like almost exclusively anti-chamber comparisons. Like I think people compare it to Portal if they've never heard of anti-chamber, which is still a sizable number. But yeah, that was a good thing, I think, because the problem is people compare every single player puzzle game to Portal. But Not a lot of games get compared to Antichamber. Yeah, the it should be on the link to the. It should all be on the bottom part of the screen. Right, yeah, and the game's name will be changing soon, but we'll have a big announcement coming up. So anyway, about the stream schedule, I am going to start streaming at so yeah, yesterday we tried it in the afternoon, and that worked really well. So I think I'm gonna start doing Tuesday, Thursdays will be 2:30 to 4 on Central Time afternoon. So that would be like 8:30 p.m. UK. And then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna stay in the evenings because that actually will give me some more time to, you know, that way I can have like some evenings off as well. And then just usually the afternoons are a little harder, but I think two days of the week in the afternoon, that isn't too bad. Miyake is not out yet. Let me go back to Zazlands. Zazlands had a question earlier, which was, what is the best way to market the game while in development? There's no best way, unfortunately. There isn't like a single... The thing is, with marketing a game, it's different for every game. There's stuff to be said for Twitter, there's stuff to be said for conventions, and there's stuff to be said for conferences. There's really no... I don't think there is a... Yeah. And also, what works well for one game isn't going to work well for another. I am not an architect by trade, I wish. I was seriously considering going to architecture school several years ago. I don't think Miyake is dead. Mark doesn't talk about it a whole lot, though, but... last I heard, he's still working on it. And Jez Hammond, hello. Glad you can make it. So anyway, I'm just showing everyone the level editor, so you can create stuff. We can duplicate objects. So right now we have what we're doing is we're randomly assigning vertex colors. And the reason why this is so that when you have two pieces placed next to each other, you can see where they line up. Because if it's all white, you can't really see it. But I think one of the things we need to change is that we shouldn't have dark colored pieces, because it's actually like I can't see anything. And so I'm gonna kind of take down some notes. This time it's notes for David. Level editor. Thinner outlines. This is a little bit too thick. I don't really like the way this is. Thinner outlines along the mesh, along all the vertex, all of the edges. This actually isn't the same as the edge detection shader, like, because then the edge detection shader would actually skip this line, but we actually do want it, so we actually need like we'd actually need a different edge detection shader. I'll talk to. We could probably. I would like to just take the one that's in Unity, the one that's like, you know, like this one. I think would actually be a lot better. So I'm gonna talk to David about that. But anyway, let's go back to the. Okay, so we can duplicate objects. Right now, right now it keeps the same vertex color, and I would actually want that to change. The other thing is we would want. I want to cap. Limit vertex colors to light colors. So we don't actually want anything too dark, because then you actually can't see the lines. Garlando Bloom, you think the outlines should be screen space, as in what it is right now? or not. I like the outlines here. I think this looks a lot cleaner. This looks a little bit too big. Yeah, so we can switch between top level and geometry editing. Geometry editing lets us do this. Kind of drag a whole face out, and everything is set to a grid, a 0.5 grid. So we can also do stuff like parenting. Yeah, so right now this right now I've parented one object. Now I can also parent this to that. So now all three of them are parented to this. The face geometry edit face select should go away in top level mode. It looks like the Unreal editor. Yeah, this is spherical penguin. So this is all David so far. A lot of the gizmos, like stuff with this, those are just basic Pro Builder shapes. I don't think we should have them be... Yeah, you'll notice that the gizmos are in Unity are consistent in size, and I think that's probably how we should do it. Right now they scale according to... yeah, so actually that's one thing. So direction gizmo should not scale. Should be consistent in size regardless of zoom level. I think they are just mesh. I'm actually not 100% sure. I believe it just looks like a mesh. I've actually never used the UE4 editor, so I'm not too sure. The graph paper thing is nice for editing. So yeah, so we want like lighter stuff. Now, one of the things that I want to do. Okay, so so this is switching between top level mode. Top level mode, you move the whole thing. Right, because now everything's moving. Because I meant just one object. Right now, everything is moving because all of these objects are parented to this. I believe I can. Okay, right. So there, I've unparented it. So now, if I move this, it isn't gonna move. Rename objects. I think that's important. Click on it once. Click on it once, and it goes into text editing mode. I do have hotkeys. So the problem with hotkeys right now is that there are hotkeys for Unity, and there are also hotkeys for what we want. So for example, we actually can't use, like right now I have to use Control-Shift-D to duplicate, even though I want Control-D to duplicate, and that's because Unity is using Control-D. But we do have it so that during runtime we would actually be using Control-D. I think there also needs to be a button. Maybe we should just give people the vertex color thing. Vertex color selection panel. So anyway, this is the UE4 editor outlines. Let me take a look at this. Oh, it's just because it's yellow. You're saying it's really just more just the yellow lines. Yeah, we want something a lot thinner. Yeah, I think we might keep the yellow color. Like, I don't really like the way they sort of are slightly offset from the object. I mean, we're basically making Unity inside Unity. So now, right from here, what we can do is we can select the world wrap setting, so we can choose how many of them. This should not really be positioned. This should be how many number of duplicates. World wrap setting position should be... Oh, so by the way, this Friday we're not going to have a game design critique because I actually have to be somewhere on Friday. Position should be number of duplicates. Yeah, so, right, so running stuff. So we do have it. So Spherical Penguin, you can actually have it in your code to check whether you're in editor mode or whether you're actually in the executable, and then have different settings depending on what you're doing. And Red Garlic, hello? Control backspace. What's control backspace? I'm not sure how control backspace would help me when it comes to making notes. What did I say? I thought I just said no stream on Friday. Alright, number of duplicates, and then so you can change the distance. So right now we need like, right, we should use tab. Oh, it doesn't delete for me. Use tab to, tab button to move to next panel. It doesn't work in Notepad, yes. These are all the notes for Chris. We're gonna do notes for David, level editor 2015-09-02. Yeah, I meant no stream on Friday. No game design critique stream on Friday. So yeah, we can change the. So these are position offsets. I actually don't have. I still don't understand how offsets work. We might need something to visualize. So yeah, this draws the corners, draws the duplicates. So now if I go into play, so yeah, you can see now this is what the world looks like. And we can walk around in here. Now, what's really cool is if you hit Q, you actually see where the world wrapping is happening. So that's kind of the borders of the world, which is a very cool effect. And I think this comes in especially handy when you're testing stuff. Yeah. So that's like Spherical Penguin. That's actually something we're talking about. That's what we're gonna do. I need to check out Talus Principal Editor. Right. So what's really cool is you can come back here and then you can just change the distance. Right, and you can get a very different effect with the game. Let's change the number of duplicates that we see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, this is killing the frame rate. Right. So the idea is we want to open up all these tools to people and let them all play with a lot of this stuff. Oh yeah, I'm not using Notepad++. I'm just using Notepad for now, just because it's really easy. We're also going to allow for prefab. So right now we just have the player prefab, but eventually we want stuff for you know, doors for more. This is not. I don't think we're going to do PlayStation 4. I think. Yeah, you know, there's really not a lot of... Like, even Portal 2 doesn't have a PlayStation 4 level editor. I mean, the game is going to be on PC and PS4, but I was talking to the Octodad guys. They're based here in Chicago. And because they've got a level editor for their game as well, and for Octodad, their level editor is just for PC. and I asked them if anybody wanted PS4 level editor, and they said they've only gotten like two requests for it. And the thing is, I don't think, like, if you want to make this stuff, it's just not fun to do it sitting down with the control. Like I just hate even having to type in your name on the PlayStation 4 is such a pain. So instead of trying to make a compromise and making this like really awful feeling level editor for PlayStation 4, we decided to, you know what, we forget it, and we would just actually just make an awesome PC level editor that works, you know, with hotkeys. Because I think really this is more for people who are interested, who have some experiences with 3D modeling, who want to make their own stuff. And I think, you know, it's like if you're coming from Maya or Cinema 4D, you know, would you rather be doing this on the PC with mouse and keyboard, which you're comfortable with, or would you want to be like using the controller, which is just awkward, for this kind of stuff? Right? It's like every time you want to rename an object, you gotta go through that painful input process. So anyway, this is kind of, so these are the functions. Okay, we can also delete stuff, which is great. Geometry edit face select remains after object is deleted. This should be gone. Yeah, and alright, so, and also a lot of this too, what I want to do is I want to open up some of the, so, you know, some of the stuff that I was showing earlier this week. That actually, yeah, we're going to look into Garlando Bloom's suggestion with using shaders to fake some of this stuff. We are doing, we're not, these aren't actual instances that we're generating. We are already doing some optimization, but we're gonna do that once we have some more of the mechanics down. But anyway, kind of one of the things I want to have players open up for players is you can switch between, once you have the level editor built, you can switch between orthographic and perspective mode. So you can do stuff like this and fly around and check out your level. And you can also you know, the stuff that I was working on. So we would open up all of these tools for players and just let them make stuff with it. What's really great about this is you can also zoom in. So like we need you to be able to adjust the camera size. Camera size, background color. So all of these tools are going to get opened up to the player in the level editor. So basically you can also like make your own weird abstract art. And what we would do is we would include a whole bunch of shaders. It is just something that we can toggle on the player camera, although we do actually have the player the orthographic the player object that has the orthographic camera actually behaves slightly differently than the regular player object. So right now I have two of them. Plus the thing is, like, I don't think you always want to switch. Like, you don't want to keep it the same. You don't want to keep it the same player object, because if you have what you're like the way you move in orthographic projection, you might have the player pretty far away. And if you want to switch back to the previous position you were in when you were in perspective, like that's, we instead of just trying to going through that calculation, it's just easier to kind of keep them separate, I think. But yeah, totally digging this this art style. So like I'd want to include a whole bunch of like crazy funky shaders for you to play with to make really cool looking stuff. And this is obviously based on, you know, my level, but you can also change the geometry. This I won't have I don't think I'll let you I don't think we'll have like shader support. I don't think I can let you put in different shaders, at least although I guess we could read shaders from runtime. It just debugging it would actually be a little bit difficult. But yeah, maybe we might put that option in there, just not have it easily accessible. Like it wouldn't be in the main UI that it's accessed. You'd probably just like put it inside a folder, and then it would appear in the drop-down menu. I don't know if I'd say I planned before I code. It is, we did do a lot of coding without planning, but it is sort of at this point where, but we sort of needed to do that when we were like when I was prototyping, it didn't make sense to plan too much because I just wanted to see how something worked. But now I'm sort of at a point where the game has been designed and we're moving forward. We're no longer in the prototyping phase. We are in the full-on game development phase. We're like, our goal now is not to test out ideas, but to make a finished game. And so what's really important for us is getting everything right from the get-go, because it's like, if we don't do things right, that's just going to lead to us doing everything very inefficiently, and we're going to lose a ton of time later down the road. So it's like, let's start off, let's make sure everything is good. We build up foundation, and then we move forward. Like, this is something I want to talk about. Oh yeah, I didn't really go over any updates. So just to kind of touch on some of the things that Spherical Penguin. So for example, you know, a lot of what Chris has been working on this summer is just getting the right editor tools in. And these are some of the new ones, so I don't know if it's fully finished yet. So this isn't fully finished, but the idea is like when, so you can see there's like on these squares, there's that little circle sphere. I think we actually need to move it up. Right, okay, so I was just sending some notes to Chris. Basically, this green sphere needs to get moved up higher because the audio symbol is blocking it, but basically this green sphere tells us that it's connected to a line. Okay, actually that's not working. Alright, so see that's currently not working. But the idea is like when you have when things are properly connected, they actually show up that way, so you can just like a quick glance over the level, you know exactly what's missing and what isn't, like what's not hooked up correctly. So yeah, that green sphere shouldn't show up when this is none. And there needs to be these this door. There needs to be 2 green lines connecting from the door to the line. Like right now, if right now this green sphere shows that this door is connected. If I go ahead and remove this, you can see the green is missing. The green sphere is missing. So that means if I'm like just glancing over the level, I'll see this door and I'll be like, oh, you know what? It's not connected, right? So that's a problem. So I need to actually hook them up. And I do need the line, so... Oh, wait, okay, so you do... Huh. So it does... Let me see. It seems like you need to update it. But this I can see, this is not connected, right? So I need to drag that door in. Okay, so now it is connected. How come all of these lines are not... I'm a little confused as to why all of these are not connected. That's really strange to me. You know what? I'm going to close this and then reopen Unity to see if something's going on. So what is everyone saying? Does the expansion have philosophy? Oh, okay, we're talking about Talus Principle. I have not played the expansion. Hey, Latravis, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just kind of going over some of the editor tools that we've been writing for ourselves. So, okay, so the line, so the doors do, the connection of the doors. No, wait. So they do remain. Yeah, for some reason all the door connections got right. So like right away, you know, I'm able to see. Yeah, I want to break this. I feel like that green sphere shouldn't show up. Oh, okay. It turns red. It turns red. That's what's going on. Actually, I'm wondering if I can just do it myself. No, let's... Yeah, really fancy gizmos. I haven't finished it. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna make this a little bit higher. Does that not fucking work? Okay, that's the size. Okay, okay. So yeah, I just made it a little bit higher actually. So what I want to do is, all right. I actually didn't need to talk to Chris about it. I just fixed it myself. Hello. There we go. So see, yeah. Now that's not blocking us, right? So right away I can see like, okay, this line, this square connector for some reason is missing. It's right, I know now that this square is missing its line manager, so that would be, let's see here. Which line manager is that? So that's line manager 1. Right, so we need to drag it in. Okay, so now it's connected, and I know that this line is connected to, I know that this door is connected to those lines. So see, yeah, that's really, really useful. I know these are connected. And again, I know this line manager doesn't have a door connected to it, so once again, yep. Though, this also needs, there we go. Okay, so yeah, now, right. So anyway, it's all these visual tools that's gonna help me later when I start working on full level design. So this is the sandbox level where we're trying to get everything right, and then we move forward with designing a whole bunch of levels so that when we change all this stuff, I don't have to go back to all the previous levels and fix everything. By the way, if you're new and you're liking this stream, you should follow. I'm gonna maybe set a bot to do that for me in the future so I don't have to keep saying it. But yeah, it helps the channel grow, and then maybe one day when it's big enough, Twitch will give us the setting for people to change stream quality settings. But anyway, let's get back to our runtime level editor, which is over here. Okay, so this is our runtime level editor. So I think I went over all the features that we have, and I want to start talking about what would be a really good way to design this. This is Pro Builder. I actually don't do that much 3D modeling, so it's the only object that I have. Right. So this is the Unity UI I wanted to bring in. So I think Spherical Penguin was asking about this tool. I'm kind of just copying this from Unity right now, but yes, eventually we're gonna have. This is gonna be a tool. You know, you need it. This is how you switch between all the different camera modes, right? We're gonna have it so you can do panning. You can rotate the camera. Though. No, never mind. You know what? This is No, we're actually not going to give you the ability. So you can't. No, no, you can rotate objects. Yeah, you can rotate objects. You can't scale them, but um, it's always locked to 90 degrees. Latravis, yeah, there's a lot of shader stuff. It's pretty funny. If you just type in like Unity shader, I think my website turns up on the first page. Actually, I don't know if it's for Unity shaders, but definitely if you do like depth normal stuff, it always ends up there. So anyway, we have some tools. So I was thinking we would have let's see here. Gotta figure out a way to organize this. So let's call this left side panel. Background. So I do think there should be like we would do so the only two kinds of shapes that you can make are stairs and cubes. Okay. Yeah. So that's just the depth normal effect, right? You're just passing it along the depth. Yeah. Yeah. I guess. Look, I'm glad to hear that helped. I think David Kilmer has also just went through that tutorial as well. So I'm thinking we would have this section create shape, and then underneath there would basically be two buttons. Yeah, this is... Okay, this whole thing is way too messy, so we're gonna ignore the stuff we don't need. Alright, so this will be inside button, and this will be... Let's delete these two layers. So this will... And I think, you know what, I'm gonna go with... just for now, I'm gonna go with square rectangles. Let's have button cube. Stairs. prototype of paint package? It's the little things. What paint package are you talking about? Are you talking about like painting inside Unity? David Kilmer has a working edge detection shader. David knows too much already. What the fuck? What is this? Yeah, by the way, and I'm very excited to show off the logo, the new logo for the game. It's designed by, just speaking of New Zealand, I was reminded of Jamie Churchman is based in New Zealand, and he's the guy working on the Mini Metro. He's like their art guy, and he did the logo, and I'm very, very happy with it. Very minimalist, but he understands. Jamie understands. You know what? This shape should not be this big. It should be like not that. Yeah, we'll have it like this. This is the, and then we'll group this as the create shape. And then let's move this down, because I think what I like to do is, right, so yeah, and then up here we would also, in the top menu bar, I think we would have so yeah, I think we can get rid of cube and stairs there, and then instead we would have help. And I think this left side panel would work a lot better if we just made the whole thing a lot smaller like that. I mean, because by the way, well, you know, this thing is going to be pretty big. Hey, just in time 4T253. Yeah, it's I have not seen Flight of the Conchords yet. No, I haven't watched it. I know it's from New Zealand. Yeah, we're kind of testing out, trying to mock up the level editor. This is what it looks like right now, which is really ugly, and we're taking a lot of stuff from Pro Builder. So I'm thinking, like, when you click on cube, what happens is this window kind of slides out that has the cube dimensions. So we would go with just use this one for now, whatever. And we're going to go ahead and just steal what Pro Builder's done, which is just have the dimensions X, Y, Z. So cube. Hey, just in time. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. We've done a whole. Yeah, I guess it'll be like a TV show, and there will be. It's gonna be one long ass season. It has all the ups and downs. To mention. Yeah, I think like remember a few years ago when Indie Game the movie came out, HBO was gonna do like apparently they were like in talks with HBO to do a TV show based on indie game development, which obviously sounds terrible. Like who'd want to watch fake game developers working? But I guess now this is kind of like that. Not that I think this is particularly... I'm not saying that I'm very exciting to watch or anything, but this is real and unscripted. Alright, let's do a thin black line. Yeah, so this is, we would do it like, basically like that. Let's kind of group all this together. Cube panel. Input. Input Y and input Z. So yeah, this is like, so then what would happen is you'd click on cube and then this would open up. Oh, and then you know what, it needs a button right to create, which I think Probiller does too. Build cube, yeah. So let's open up this, and then we're just gonna go ahead and copy the yeah, it'd be so stupid. I mean, the thing with programming, it's like they would just they glance over all of the coding stuff, right? Like every Hollywood movie, when it comes to actually programming, it's always like a montage, and it's like what took 2 years to build, it's like 5 minutes. Yeah, it's closer. It's actually closer to 3 years now. Well, I think that Super Game Jam, didn't that never take off? I think all they ended up with was that article about how the producer was like a total jerk. Wow. No, man, Fight Club is Fincher's best film. I don't know how I feel about David Fincher. Like, everything he does is very stylish, but that's kind of it. Like, he's a great director. But I don't think he does anything original. Like, it's all adaptations, I believe. Like it's not. No. I mean, what I'm saying is he's great. It's just that it's all. It is all like. It's like very commercial. Very glitzy. Button. Create. Cube. I like create. Yeah, so the idea is you'd open up this, and then this panel would show up, and you could then you click on cube, this would show up, you build, you create the cube, and then it would disappear. I also need the same thing for stairs panel. Alright, let's see here. So stairs, let's bring that down here. So stairs is a little bit different. So the input for stairs is we would have, let me see here. I think this can go away. Let's delete this layer. We would have step height. So that's the height of each step. We'd have the width of staircase. So yeah, and the step height, width, number of steps. Step height, width, number of steps. What else? 7. Yeah, I really did not like 7. Yeah, he's a great director. 5 episodes. What's David Cameron? What are you talking about with the technical stuff? Oh, are you talking about the Super Game Jam? Oh, there actually was a show. Interesting. Okay, no, you know what? I'm getting that confused. I think I'm getting it confused with like that Game Jam thing that never launched. Well, actually, we'd have it closer to this. Step height. Oh, right. And then we'd actually have, we do need a number of checkboxes. Actually, I think I might try to, you know what, I'm going to create like a checkbox template. And that would be... text. Right. So anyway, this is our checkbox template, and we'll copy that and bring it into our stair panel. So extend sides to floor. So this is whether you want in ProBuilder, this is kind of taken from ProBuilder's setup, which we're certainly heavily influenced by. Okay, so you can see it. You can choose. This is the ProBuilder. Let's delete this. So you can choose whether you want to generate the back or not. You can also choose whether you want to extend the sides of the floor. The problem is it doesn't let you do. You can do like platform only, but it doesn't build staircase the way we want to do it. So yeah, we actually need extend sides to floor and generate back is what we need. Extend sides to floor. The bright flat design, not your correct term of your game. Oh yeah, yeah. The yeah, I don't really know what the term for it is. It's no texture. It's straight opaque colors. There's shadow. There's a number of things. There's edge detection. I mean, the image that I'm like the most happy with is definitely. Where are the images? Right, like this is definitely the screenshot that I'm most happy with. Yeah, I think there is going to be a lot of overlap between people like Antichamber. I don't want people to think that it's just another Antichamber. I think it's a lot like building up on Antichamber and moving forward with it. But yeah, I do think it's safe to say if you liked Antichamber, which I think is just like a game that challenges the player and kind of goes against a lot of conventions, this is going to be it. But we're like standing on Antichamber's shoulders and then just taking it in a whole new direction. We're just not gonna have it as sketchy, right? But we are hoping to have it rendered as much. It's just gonna be. It's not. We're still gonna have the fade. We probably just won't have as many lines. Yeah, the new name is in there somewhere. I don't know where it is, so I don't wanna. We're changing the name of the game. But yeah, I would say that the biggest difference with this versus Antichamber is that it's much more of a systematic in its gameplay. So that like whereas in Antichamber, like I always bring up the example with the stairs, the blue-red stairs. Once you come back with the gun, you can't actually draw a line with it. Like you'll see the point where you teleport because that's not built in to the game. Where if you start drawing the line from the top of the tunnel and then you go down, you either go down the red stairs or up the blue stairs or the other way around, and you come back around, you'd think you'd be able to like basically make a connection, but you actually can't do that. Well, but no, it's not like not everything is systematic, right? Like the gun doesn't work with the non-Euclidean geometry. The gun doesn't work with the staircase. Generate back. I think that's it. We just have an extend sites to floor, generate back, and I think that's actually it. Yes, because if we don't use extend sides to floor, we kind of don't need the other pieces. Yeah, so this is it. So this is all that we would need for, so yeah, we can actually go ahead and delete this group. We'll move these here. So that's step height, the width, and the number of steps. So that's our stairs panel. Game object, I think, so this is the second one is I'm thinking where we would have my game object. So I think this is where we would do like duplicate and delete. But now I really don't think, I think Photoshop is probably not the best tool to be using for this. duplicate. Delete, and I think we'd also need a third one, which is button group, as well as ungroup. Group and ungroup. Button ungroup. Right. Yeah. The although you know what's interesting is reading a lot of the reviews of Antichamber. I think a lot of people really liked the opening, but didn't like the block puzzles as much. I think Antichamber had one of the best openings. So yeah, so I guess we would have... I feel like these buttons could be a lot smaller. Yeah. Photoshop might not be actually the best way to be doing this. Yeah. Right. Yeah, you know, the thing is actually the way sort of one of the reasons why I prefer streaming in the evening and why the chat isn't so bad is like I've already put in a full day's worth of work. That's just been like kind of running around and trying to get stuff done. But what's nice is at the end, this is more sort of just like relaxing and kind of taking it easy, which is still really fun for me to do. Right, so I'm thinking like you create the shape, you know, you'd have both the stair and the cube and the staircase panel would pop up. You'd be able to choose the game object, delete, group, ungroup, which I think you should also be able to do from the hierarchy. My big question now is like, where would we put that? I think the way Blender does it, so the way Blender does it is up here, and perhaps what we should do is just have the right side, so it's like we click, 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 and then, because I think this is where, right, this, how do you copy in ProBuilder? No, this isn't ProBuilder, I meant, man, I never use this. Duplicate? Okay, so that's, yeah. Yeah, oh, so I think the way Blender is just so weird. Blender has screen wrapping? What the heck? You see this? Why does Blender have screen wrapping? That's... Yeah, anyway, I find Blender very awkward to use. Not really a huge fan. But anyway, you can like click on two of these. What the heck? This thing like makes no sense. Alright, maybe I shouldn't be looking at Blender as inspiration. I don't know, like it. But you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and put. I think having this stuff here and then having the hierarchy on the left would work well. Also, if you think about it, it's like this thing is going to be, you know, this thing is going to be all zoomed in, right? So yeah, I mean, even at this size, right? I think we can get away with this being a lot smaller, right? Like we can get away with that panel basically. So it's going to be a lot smaller, and then we're going to have the hierarchy over on the right side. So, oops, where did our window go? Oops. Whoa, no, do not crop. So this is going to be our game object stuff. And then we're going to put the hierarchy over on the left side. Scene hierarchy. Yeah, and I really think we can get away with this whole panel actually being much smaller, like on the level of this. Let's just zoom in a little. Right, okay, that's better. And then this will actually make it. We'll delete both of these layers. Yes. And just have and of course this is the first go at it, so we're probably going to be making a lot of changes moving forward. Oh man, Blender is really I think because I learned using Cinema 4D, and that was really easy to jump into, but Blender is just so weird the way it does this. Like, you don't have to hold down to move around. It is kind of cool, the screen wrapping. Grid snapping. Wow, okay, it seems like everyone is really a huge fan of Blender. Wow. Okay, so it does sound like Just in Time for T253 is a huge fan of Blender. 2D, 3D games, Python scripting, video. Wow. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't, because we're not making something that's like, right? Like I don't want people to be using this editor for 2D pixel art animation. So we're not for 3D mouse look without hiding the pointer. Huh? Interesting. Wait. Garlando Bloom, you're saying, oh, and of course we should have, right, all of these should be retractable. But you're saying, Garlando Bloom, you think we would have this, actually be closed? So, like, what I think is in the left side panel in our background, it should be slightly big enough. And then what we do is, we would actually have a third section in here with like slightly lighter colors, like this, and we'd have okay, like, I should also say, like, this isn't gonna be... I probably won't be doing the design, the final thing. I think most likely what's gonna happen is we're gonna get we're probably just gonna get someone with actual UI experience to come in and do it. But this is more just so like you can hit that and retract. Retract arrows, so you can hide these. The Photoshop panels, yeah. Hey, X Tyler, yeah. Well, so we have I mean, the game we've been working on it for. Taskbar. What taskbar are you guys talking about? Oh, you mean up here? Yeah. Right. Yeah. The game we've been working on it for a long time now. Game UI that folds in and hides is great. Kudos to. Yeah. This is pair designing. Yeah. That's the thing. The oh, the Windows taskbar. Yeah. So like, cause David doesn't do any design. Right. So. But this is great. Oh yeah, our world wrapping, which I feel like world wrapping should be up here. Like so this is what are we thinking? So we're thinking like, because we also want to try to plan out by logic, right? Like this is in terms of your like you wouldn't go into world wrapping very often, right? You'd be creating these shapes, these stairs, duplicate, delete, group, ungroup. We'd have our little, we'd have this thing. This, I think, should definitely, this we should put up here. Maybe even in the middle, you know, we should do this. I feel like that's a good central place for it. We'd have the hierarchy here. That would show all the objects, cube, stairs, duplicate, delete, group, ungroup. So yeah, so that basically gets rid of. So we have file. How does? Yeah, and I do think we should top level editing mode should be. Yeah, we should put editing mode down here with this, right? Because editing mode. So that would like basically what I'm thinking is the left side panel. That's all when it comes to dealing with the geometry that you're looking at. So edit. That's interesting though, because we would be like, okay, so the way ProBuilder does it is, you know what, ProBuilder puts it here. So that's I do kind of like this. Maybe we should have it, you know, I know what we should do. Edit mode. Like that, we should have, there should be one button and it just goes into, like, no, you know what? I don't like it when it has one button, so we're gonna switch, button, top level, and by the way, it is we've totally talked to the ProBuilder guys, and they're okay with us taking, you know, kind of modeling it after. They've been really supportive. So I'm not ripping this off without their permission. But like they know we're like actually one of the biggest games that's using using ProBuilder kind of in a very, very heavy way. Top level geometry. So like the way this would work is if you select one, then the other goes away. Then the, like, if you select it, then it becomes inactive. Like, whichever mode you're in, that mode becomes inactive. That mode becomes pressed down, and I think having it that way is going to be a lot easier. Edit mode. And then I think what we should do is actually have edit mode up here, and then both game object and create shape, we would have it a little bit lower. So, because we actually would be, you know, so we might actually even, yeah, no, but I don't adjust, like, the reason why this is because you can choose between face, vertex, and edge selection. One entry, apply. Kind of want to try and, yeah, MGUI is awesome. Wait, what's, Garlando Bloom, what's RM? Actually, I'm gonna just take a quick screenshot and then post this. I'm actually so lazy. I'm not even gonna save it. You know what? Actually, because I do kind of like this outline. Yeah, what's RM? It is not it's not immediate, I think. That's the thing. Oh yeah, we do need a grid. Yeah. Grid panel. Right. Like during this I do really like the yeah, we do need a grid. Oh shit, what happened to the, oh, you know what? That's the yeah, we need this gizmo. Just stealing this wholesale. Let's see. Oh, MGUI means the API is something like do button, and if you want to turn off the button, you just don't call. Right, yeah, that's like what the old one used to be. MGUI stands for immediate mode graphically. Right, yeah. Okay, immediate mode versus retain mode. Yeah, I think I think that's why the old GUI system was so easy for me to understand. The old GUI system was very it actually caused the frame rate to drop quite a bit. RM GUI is a lot more like real. I think though RM GUI is really hard to wrap around. Like, I don't know. I actually find as a programmer that that MGUI worked out a lot easier for me. Yes, it was really great for debugging. Like right now we have, so you see we have to have all these like panels. Like you can actually see this is an actual in-game panel, right? Yeah, so you can see this is like, this is this in-game panel. And we actually disabled this layer because otherwise, when you're in your game scene, you're like constantly clicking on the UI layer, which is just really freaking annoying. So I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. of it. But yeah, so we'd have edit mode, we'd have our cube and stairs, and we'd have our duplicate, delete, group, ungroup. Oh yeah, vertex coloring. Right, so that would actually be a third. Yeah, we would have, let's see. So the way ProBuilder does vertex coloring right now is it just generates this panel and then you select it. And I think the way we would do that is maybe just maybe like when you click on an object, you can click on vertex color and then it assigns that. We do have it where it's just randomly generated, but maybe if you don't want it randomly generated, you can have a set of colors that you choose from. So I might also just steal this. Yeah, we're just stealing this wholesale. There should be this UI for switching between ISO and perspective mode. Unity, yeah, Unity as a scripting language. Well, no, it just uses C#. It's C#. But it like the, yep, yeah, exactly what everything that Garlando Bloom is saying regarding Unity's new GUI system. I agree with all of it. And yes, yeah, OFX 360. Mental gymnastics is so right. Like it was such a pain to get everything working. It doesn't cause as much of a it's not causing as much of a lag in terms of like the old GUI used to be a huge drop in frame rate. But that doesn't seem to be the case with the new one. Yeah, we'll put this here. So you can collapse all of this. This third one would actually just be vertex color. Dropbox. Screenshot. Yes. Oops. That's we just stole their vertex color panel. I mean, we are sort of just replicating my own workflow, which is heavily based on ProBuilders. So that's kind of why this is all. But we're only using like a fraction of ProBuilders functions, so we're sort of vertex color. Yeah, like what I'm thinking is you'd click on this. and what would happen is it would this panel would come up, and you just click on one. Like right now, you can kind of choose which face you want this applied to, and this would just get applied to the whole thing. Yeah, I don't. You know, if you're using Unity, I think definitely C# is the way to go. Yes, Omar is. I don't know if you guys saw the. No, man, this is the MGUI. It's so good. Like, I don't know if you guys saw our game design critique stream with Brigador, but they're using MGUI, and it's so good. They have such a fantastic in-game runtime debug system. It's really fantastic. It's so, like, I would love to have the level editor just look like this. This is so beautifully designed. Look at these colors. They're just fantastic. Should wonder, does anybody know what font this is? This is like yeah, it'll be easier for us to change font later. Roboto. Okay. Do I have it? Oh, yeah, I do. Let's see. I gotta play around with it some more. Okay, that's vertex color. Yeah, it'll be easier once we sort of just design the whole look inside Unity. So this is vertex color panel, right? So this'll, and I think with this, that's pretty much it, right? We just want to choose all this. Oh, right, and then about world wrapping. So toggle display, yeah. So we can do, yeah. Actually, so we need that. So toggle toggle vertex color display. What the heck do we? I think I'm just gonna say like toggle colors. Yeah, we'll do that for now. So that allows you to change whether you want to see it with all the vertex colors or just all in white. What else is there? Then and I think will wrap settings should actually be up. Although, since we've got everything here, and it does look like we still have more space, maybe we should just put the will wrap setting stuff here. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have, what do you guys think? I do think, since we have enough space, like I was thinking we would just keep this all for cube stuff, but we do have enough space on the side panel. We would need to open up prefabs, but I was thinking what we would do for prefabs is actually put it in the lower section. So, you know what, let's go ahead and put, like, it would be, you'd extend this out and then it would have a set of prefabs that you can choose from to bring in. Maybe. Like, it's sort of like the, it would kind of be like a window like this with the Portal 2 editor, except we'd have that on the bottom. Yeah, collapsible is definitely... Alright, I'll see you later, FX of X360. Alright, so we're gonna go with, okay, we are gonna... World wrapping. Oh, actually, we don't need this one, so let's go ahead and delete this. We only need one button, so we'll again delete this group. And we'll just say, like, button world wrap settings. Okay, so world wrap settings. Settings. And then again, we'd have the world wrapping panel, which what we'll do is we'll copy the Q panel over. World wrap panel, and that'll be like yeah, it'll be like this. I mean, it'll be very similar to what we have here. I think this is not bad. Okay. I'm sort of just copying a lot of stuff over now, but again, this is still just the first draft, so I think it's all very rough. Okay, let's go ahead and delete these layers, and you know, this is like what the world wrapping will be like. World wrap panel. Yeah, so, and I think, like, just given how big everything is, we can probably get away. I think there will actually be a lot of space once, because I feel like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right? I mean, I think it'd be like the size of this thing on the left of Pro Builder. That's how much space we're gonna have. And then what we're gonna do is bring in the And I think our prefab setup is going to be a lot smaller. So let's do a large image. Really, I just wanted the grid. Portal editor, where did I save you? All right, here we go. Yeah, I don't think we'd have a whole lot of these. Actually, so it'd be like this. All right, yeah. So the way we'd have the prefabs, basically, we would just have the grid, except you'd be accessing it like this, and again, it's retractable. So let's put this in prefab panel. So yeah, like I think at the top we'd have like we'd have file saved. In fact, at the top, I think we can probably have like a play button. I think we should have a play button right away. So let's just, because I imagine you would go inside play quite a bit. So I think that would actually be like, you can go inside file and do it, but I think you should also be able to do it up here. So this is what our panel is going to look like. And I think actually from the inside we're actually gonna copy a lot of what get rid of ProGrid's window. Oh, you know what the thing is? It's in our settings, in preferences, you can actually change. Like I've made it so all of these don't show up. But let me. The heck? Not sure why the lines aren't showing up. Normally the if you turn those on, you see them pop into place. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and disable them. And have it back to what it was before, but yeah, we would need some grid. So let me just go ahead and actually, you know what we'll do is we'll copy it from what David has. Take a screenshot. So cute. Oh, you know what it is? It's because we were in play mode. Yeah, never mind. It's because we were in inside play that those things were not showing up. But yeah, normally if you had the alpha set high and then you went into Z, you'd see, you'd see this grid. And again, I'm just doing this just to get a sense of. Oops! Come on. Okay, progrids. That should be... Okay, there we go. This is like kind of how I feel this thing should look like. Oh, right, and of course we need this thing at the bottom because that shows you, that tells you the gravity direction. So we'll just call it ProBuilder image. All right, what's everyone saying? People like me. Okay, it seems like there's some really intense conversation going on in the chat about programming. I can't actually follow. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back and change my ProGrid setting back to what I like. Okay. So okay, there we go. Yeah, no worries, no worries. You guys, this is I like the idea that there's just like, this is the place people go to have these conversations. I was kind of like losing myself in all these trivial ProBuilder details. But anyway, this is what I think we will have. This is what I think it's going to look like. When it's all said and done. You know, and I'm just gonna copy this over so that we can. Whatever. Okay, so that's good enough. Oops. Ah, come on. Step forward, Control Shift Z. Oh man, stop it. Don't crop. Okay, this is good enough. Yeah, that's good. That's good enough. We will merge these. Background panel. So this is what we're gonna do for our Yeah, this is gonna be our level editor. By the time, fuck. And of course I cover that up. So we gotta bring this back. Yeah, whatever. So this is gonna be our this is gonna be our low editor. Besides, I actually want it here. Yeah, so we will merge these two together, and just gonna erase that out. So background scene panel. Yeah, so this is gonna be our level editor. Oh, and you know what? Let me go ahead and just for the sake of this, just to so that there's some text inside here. I don't even think I spelled that right. Okay. Hierarchy, so... Yeah, so this is what it's gonna look like. Let's save this. What? It's locked. Oh right. Ah. Check out. Actually, let me save this as. I might as well just save it as 2. Yeah, I can't remember if there's another projection. I have ortho, iso, perspective, and oblique. We're only going to use ortho and perspective here. William, you were saying this is non-Euclidean or something? It looks like ortho, iso. Is that... No, I meant Euclidean geometry means when two lines are parallel, right? Like they just follow Euclidean rules. Like, technically, we all live in non-Euclidean space because we all live on the surface of a sphere. So if you draw two parallel lines, they actually do connect. But it sort of becomes this like weird marketing buzzword. But yeah, there is some. You can create non-Euclidean geometry with this, but it doesn't have anything to do with projection. Yeah, no worries. You guys. Yeah, you guys continue with your conversations. So yeah, we're actually gonna, when we announce a new name, I'm gonna write a bit of a blog post about that. But anyway, I'm gonna end the stream tonight here because it is already 10:30 p.m. So we're gonna listen to some. I am not. I've just been given enough time. Anyone can work on this stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna just post this on Twitter. All right, really productive stream today. Now have a first rough draft of the level editor UI and photos. Let's move this away so nobody sees anything. Actually, I realized that part didn't really matter anyway. So actually, we have everything inside our level editor design. So that is what we are going to go with. Alright, now where is that braid music? Alright, I am going to... when are we getting that Witness release date? Hopefully I will see John at the end of this month when I go to San Francisco for TwitchCon. But yeah. So the rename announcement, it is coming this month. After the stream, I'm actually going to work on the because we want to announce it on the PlayStation blog, which is like definitely the biggest channel. But you know, it's like you need to get all this stuff working with a big platform. You need to like have this stuff approved, and then there you have to have your game page set up. And if you want to put a video, you got to get their like YouTube approval and make sure you have your like ESRB rating stuff. So that's all taking a while. But anyway, I'm super happy with where this is at. I think we're actually hoping to start testing this soon. So in fact, I think we'll probably be giving out, letting people try the level editor before the game is coming out. But yeah, no, renaming is this month, which is going to happen before the Witness comes out. And the other thing is, so Friday there won't be a stream. Tomorrow it's going to be in the evening again. Starting next week, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time. And then Tuesday, Thursday is going to be 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time, which is about, which is like 8:30 p.m. UK. PC and PlayStation 4 are what I'm looking at. Linux, Mac, yeah, I want to do as many platforms as possible, but right now I am focusing on PC and PlayStation. We're just so like we know those are really solid. Yeah, Windows, and then if that's all, like if we know once that is all good, we'll start looking at Linux and Mac. So yeah. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all for watching the stream. If you liked it, you all should follow. Cool. Thank you.